Hello, Manhwa Heaven community. Today, we dive deep into the captivating tale titled, I Surrender My Position as the Empress, a story of love, sacrifice, and triumph. Princess Adele, a vision of regal beauty with golden eyes and flowing black hair, had always known that her life was not entirely her own. Born into the royal family of Trope, she had been raised with the expectation of duty above desire. So when her mother, the Empress, arranged her marriage to the Emperor of Mothra, Adele did not protest, though she held little hope that love would bloom. Upon arriving in Mothra, Adele anticipated a formal welcome, perhaps even an audience with the Emperor himself. Instead, she was met by Lionel, the kingdom's Minister of Defense. Tall, commanding, and composed, Lionel was a figure well-respected among the court. But nothing in his long years of training had prepared him for the sight of Adele. She was stunning, her presence overwhelming in a way that made the air itself seem heavier. At that moment, he knew he had fallen in love at first sight. Yet, Adele's arrival was shrouded in whispers and scandals. She quickly discovered that her future husband had no intention of meeting her. Worse still, he had sent his mistress in his place. Diane, a young and breathtakingly beautiful woman, commanded attention as she stood before Adele, offering a smile that carried more triumph than warmth. The audacity of it was staggering. The Emperor, her supposed betrothed, had chosen his mistress over decorum, over respect, and over Adele. But if there was one thing Adele had learned from years of royal training, it was to never falter. She had not come to Mothra to be humiliated, and she would make them all understand exactly who she was. Adele had endured every humiliation Mothra had thrown at her. From the moment she arrived in the kingdom, she had been stripped of dignity, ignored by the Emperor who was supposed to be her husband, and paraded before his mistress as if she were nothing more than an unwanted obligation. But she had not faltered. She had built her own space, crafted her own presence, and held her head high amidst the endless whispering. Adele defied expectations when a massive, magical tower fell from the sky, threatening the kingdom of Mothra. No magician or warrior could destroy it until Adele stepped forward. Channeling an unseen power, she shattered the tower into dust, accomplishing what no one else could. This moment transformed her from an abandoned princess into a revered force. The people praised her, the court took notice, and the Emperor, who had once disregarded her, became dangerously obsessed. Her alliance with Lionel had served its purpose. The kingdom whispered of their closeness, speculated on the nature of their relationship, and the Emperor seethed at the rumors. Adele had known he would not tolerate being undermined, yet even she had not expected the lengths to which he would go. On the night of the grand palace event, Adele stepped into the halls of the court with Lionel at her side. Draped in royal garments that shimmered under the golden light, she exuded power. Every step was deliberate, every glance calculated. If Mothra refused to respect her, she would force them to fear her. The Emperor, watching from his high throne, clenched his fists in silence. His mistress, Diana, seated at his side, feigned amusement, but Adele saw the tension in her posture. A storm was brewing, and then it came. The Emperor summoned his court. A trial, an absurd display meant to tear Adele down. He accused her of failing in her duties as his wife, of disrespecting the crown, of shaming the empire. Adele sat in silence as the accusations flew around her. She listened to every word, felt the weight of every insult, and finally, she laughed. The room stilled. She was tired, exhausted, not from fear, but from the sheer absurdity of it all. She had fought long enough, suffered long enough, and now they expected her to grovel, to plead, to tremble before a man who had not once treated her as an equal. She rose from her seat, meeting the Emperor's gaze with unwavering confidence, and with a voice as steady as steel, she declared, "You speak of duty, yet you discarded me as if I were nothing. You speak of honor, yet you flaunt your mistress before your people. And now you summon me here, thinking you can break me. But let me make one thing clear. I am not the one who has shamed this empire. That is you." Silence, heavy, unbreakable. The Emperor's fury burned in his eyes, but Adele did not flinch. She had reached her breaking point, and she was ready for war. How do you like this so far? I can tweak anything if you'd like, or add more depth to certain moments. The room stilled. She was tired, exhausted, not from fear, but from the sheer absurdity of it all. She had fought long enough, suffered long enough, and now they expected her to grovel, to plead, to tremble before a man who had not once treated her as an equal? No. She rose from her seat, meeting the emperor's gaze with unwavering confidence, and with a voice as steady as steel, she declared, "You speak of duty, yet you discarded me as if I were nothing. You speak of honor, yet you flaunt your mistress before your people. And now you summon me here, thinking you can break me. But let me make one thing clear. I am not the one who has shamed this empire. That is you." Silence, heavy, unbreakable. The emperor's fury burned in his eyes, but Adele did not flinch. She had reached her breaking point, and she was ready for war. The news of Adele renouncing her title as empress spread through Mothra like wildfire. Among those who heard it, none was more affected than Lionel. The Marquis, known for his striking beauty and unwavering loyalty, had admired Adele for years. And now that she was no longer bound by her title, he saw a chance to claim her, not as a noble duty, but as something far more precious. His resolve hardened. With the support of the kingdom's nobility, he stepped forward to reclaim his title, gathering allies who believed in Adele's strength and in the future she could forge. United, the nobles demanded a review, a challenge to the throne itself. But in the shadows, the emperor watched, his mind twisted with jealousy and desperation. He saw Lionel not only as a rival, but as the one obstacle between himself and Adele's return. If Lionel were gone, surely Adele would have nowhere else to turn. Surely she would come back to him. So when the nobles began their grand campaign, when they stood on the precipice of change, fate itself conspired against them. Adele, feeling compelled to save her new kingdom, renounces her title as Princess of Gotroff by giving her insignia to a servant to return to the emperor. She chooses love, staying with Lionel. When she reaches him, she finds him battling soldiers, as the emperor had ordered the magicians not to intervene, hoping the tower would kill Lionel. Adele arrives just in time and rallies the other magicians to defy the emperor, saving Lionel and destroying the tower. Then, with the citizens seeing the emperor's tyranny, they side with the rebellion. The emperor is captured, and his stepsister, leading her forces, imprisons him and his loyalists. After the emperor is captured, his stepsister, Diana Boudier, ascends to power. In her rise, she reflects on how the emperor never truly loved her. Feeling abandoned, she enters the prison where the fallen ruler now resides. To the outside world, it's a visit, but to the gods, it's a farewell. In a moment of fate, Diana brings poison, hidden in her grasp. The emperor, drowning himself in drink, fails to notice her sleight of hand. He sips. She watches, laughing softly, as the toxin takes hold. As he loses his grip on life, the great bell must be rung 3 times to declare the death of the emperor. Diana climbs the tower, grips the rope, and lets the solemn chimes echo through the kingdom. The ruler is gone, and with each toll, the land changes. With the last reverberation, Diana herself vanishes, her fate sealed in the final toll. After Emperor Karl's death, obstacles between Adele and Lionel vanished. They married and found happiness, while the new empress, Karl's stepsister, earned the love of the citizens by improving the kingdom. Everyone enjoyed a happy ending.
The ending for them. I'm truly happy. So this is the end of the script. I'm going to give my personal opinion about a special character. I kind of find it sad because Carl, I think he deserves better. So just let me know in the comment section if you like to make a special video about the background of each character. But I would like to make a special precision here on Carl's background because he was born to a maid. His journey was marked with hardships from the start. His mother was once a part of the royal household, and as soon as her relationship with the emperor was known and that she had a child with him, she faced disdain from the nobles. She always lived in the shadows. She battled with depression and self-loathing. And at a certain point of time, she even started to hate Carl himself. Carl was deprived of love and legitimacy. He grew up in a cold environment. His mom's despair turned into resentment towards him, further isolating him. Despite his noble blood, he was never accepted, tainted by his mother's status. The lack of acceptance and love shaped him into a troubled adult, yearning to a chance of redemption. His story was one of pain, rejection, and longing for a second chance. So I really wanted to make a special description of his background because I think he did not deserve to die. It's the first time I'm thinking this. He was not as if I just think he was a tormented individual. Honestly, I just think he deserved a second chance. So please let me know if you have watched the video till here. Please let me know if there's anything I can ameliorate. I'm sorry for my accent, but English is not my first language. I'm doing my best in order to talk in the most understandable accent as possible. So let me know in the comment section if there's a story you would like me to cover. Let me know, and of course, give me a point of view about this particular story. Read it. I'm sure you're going to like it. So till the next video, bye, and please don't forget to like to encourage the channel. Thank you. Bye.